Hello all, myself Vedangi and I am a legal intern at Lexis and Company. So guys, my today's topic for the discussion is the case analysis of Lily Thomas versus Union of India. So let's begin. So this case is a landmark judgment in the legal history of India, and the case Lily Thomas versus Union of India is landmark due to the fact that in this case Supreme Court considered second marriage without prior divorce from the first marriage to be void, wherein men were converting their religion to Islam to solemnize the second marriage, but all of this was considered void unless and until first marriage was dissolved according to the Hindu Marriage Act. Otherwise, the husband would be liable for bigamy under section 494 and 495 of the Indian Penal Code. This was because converting to Islam would not dissolve the first marriage, and the husband is liable to all the obligations as he would be prior to conversion to Islam. Such a judgment was important since men were taking recourse to such conversion for marrying and having more than one wife. Bigamy is the offense of marrying another while the first marriage is persisting, and such bigamous relations are illegal and the second marriage is void ab initio. So let's discuss the facts of this case. So in this case, Srimati Sushmita Ghosh, who is the wife of Shri G.C. Ghosh, after conversion his name was Muhammad Karim Ghazi. So she filed a writ petition in the court stating that she was married to Shri G.C. Ghosh in accordance with Hindu rites on 10th of May 1984, and since then both of them were happily living. Around 1st of April 1992, Shri G.C. Ghosh told the petitioner that she should, in her own interest, agree to her divorce by mutual consent as he had taken to Islam so that he may remarry, and in fact he had already fixed to marry Vinita Gupta, a divorcee with 2 children, in the second week of July 1992. Shri G.C. Ghosh also showed a certificate issued by Maulana dated 17th of June 1992 certifying that he had embraced Islam. The petitioner contacted her father and aunt and told them about husband's conversion and intention to remarry. They all tried to convince G.C. Ghosh and take him out of the marriage, but of no avail, and he insisted Sushmita must agree to her divorce, otherwise she will have to put up with second wife. It was stated in the petition that Shri G.C. Ghosh has converted to Islam solely for the purpose of remarrying and has no real faith in Islam, and he does not even practice Muslim rites as prescribed, nor has he changed his name or religion and other official documents. So she ultimately prayed for the following reliefs: that by an appropriate writ, order or direction declare polygamy marriages by Hindus and non-Hindus after conversion to Islam religion are illegal and void. Second is issue appropriate directions to respondents to carry out suitable amendments in the Hindu Marriage Act so as to curtail and forbid the practice of polygamy. Third is issue appropriate direction to declare that where a non-Muslim male gets converted to Muslim faith without any real change of belief and merely with a view to avoid an earlier marriage or enter into a second marriage, and any marriage entered into him after conversion would be void. And issue appropriate direction to Shri G.C. Ghosh restraining him from entering into any marriage with Miss Vanita Gupta or any other woman during the subsistence of his marriage with the petitioner, and pass such order and further orders as this honorable court may deem fit. Now there were certain issues that were raised in this case before the court, that whether there should be uniform civil code for all the citizens of India, whether a Hindu husband can solemnize second marriage by converting to Islam, and whether the husband would be liable for bigamy under section 494 of IPC. So there were certain arguments set forth from petitioner side as well as from the respondent side. So first of all, petitioner's first issue was that since marriage is a sacred institution, then how resorting to the act of religious conversion to Muslim to commit the act of bigamy as Muslim personal law allows? It is an attempt where the women's freedom of facing such bigamous marriage and such betrayal is violative of Article 21. Lily Thomas also pleaded before the court to make polygamy in Muslim law to be unconstitutional, and it was urged before the court to apply uniform civil code so as to deal with vast socio-legal issues that were due to various religious personal laws. And many Muslim women have filed petitions before the Supreme Court and the High Court to declare polygamy in Muslim law unconstitutional and to reframe Muslim personal law with the change in time and disallow the practice of polygamy as it is disrespectful to the integrity and the liberty of the women, and to have uniform civil code so that no personal religious laws make fundamental rights violative. Now, the respondent argued that a common contention that having embraced Islam, they can have 4 wives irrespective of the fact that the first wife continues to be Hindu, and thus they are not subject to the applicability of Hindu Marriage Act 1955 and the section 11 of which makes bigamous marriage void, and also to the section 17 of this act which made them guilty for bigamy under section 494 of the IPC. Now, what was held in this case? So, Justice S. Sagir Ahmed, he said that if a party has a living spouse and he contracted or tries to contract second marriage, then such marriage would be null and void under section 11 of the Hindu Marriage Act, and such marriage will also be void and null under section 17 of the said act, which deals with the offense of bigamy. The person committing bigamy under section 17 shall be punished in accordance with the provisions of the section 494 and section 495 of IPC. And if a Hindu wife files complaint against her husband who during the existence of first marriage do second marriage after conversion to another religion, then the offense of bigamy shall be dealt with. Also, the apex court said that violation of Article 21 is misconceived, and Article 21 of Constitution states that no person shall be deprived of his right and personal liberty except as the procedure established by the law. And herein such an act of marriage, while the first marriage is persisting, is codified in IPC section 494, and therefore it is violative of Article 21 of our Constitution. Now, what we can conclude from this entire case is that such a judgment was very important, since men were taking recourse to such conversions for marrying and having more than one wife. Bigamy is the offense of marrying another while the first marriage is persisting, and such bigamous relations are illegal and the second marriage is void ab initio. For a long period, married men whose personal law did not allow bigamy have been recurring to the unhealthy practice of converting to Islam for the interest of condensing a second bigamous marriage under the assumption that conversion would help them to marry again without getting their first marriage dissolved. So the interpretation that was given to section 494 of IPC was an effort to advance the interest of justice, and it is necessary that there should be harmony between the two systems of law, as there should be a harmony between the two communities. And until uniform civil code is enacted for all the citizens of our country, there will be always a loophole in the system, because different faiths have different beliefs, and naturally due to different beliefs and practices there will be a conflict. So guys, that's all about my discussion on this particular case. I hope you all liked my video. If you guys have any doubt with regard to this video, then you can comment in the comment section. Also, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel Lex Click. We will meet in the next video. Till then, bye.